You know who really needed a win after last week?
Oof.
Illinois. They got destroyed by Indiana. They come back home. Memorial Stadium sold out. USC coming in perfect on the season so far. And Illinois got out to a really good lead. It felt like this one was somewhat safe. Let's check out the highlights. A couple of 14-point leads after this one here. Luke Altmyer and a Caden Fagan.
Get off a block! What are you doing, defenders for SC? Get off a block. There's no way this 6'3", 255-pound running back should be outrunning your secondary.
And Illinois, when USC would score, they'd have an answer. Altmyer to Justin Bowick there. But then when they needed to counterpunch, the ball gets punched out.
Yeah, baby, perfectly timed. And this was a great opportunity for USC to get themselves back in the ball game. One of the bright spots for a defense that got torched all afternoon.
And Jaden Maiava to Makai Lemon for the Trojans' first lead of the game.
Beautiful back shoulder throw, and this is what those two kids have been doing all season long.
But they couldn't stop Illinois to drive inside a field goal range. Bret Bielema said David Alano is the best kicker he's ever been around. He proved it. The fans stormed the field a little more politely than when we saw at Virginia Friday night. My goodness. But 34-32, their most points against a ranked team since 2013. That was against Ohio State. But what does it say, BJ, about this team that they were able to come back home and win a game after what happened the week before?
Well, that's impressive. They were still reeling from that beatdown. They were beaten as though they had stole something there in Indiana. And no one wants to talk to, and you don't really want to talk to anyone when you're a part of a game such as that and you take it on the chin and every other part of the body. So good for them to get up off the mat. And they were taking some licks early in this ball game. SC, the initial drive is driving down the field, and they fumble in the red zone. And clearly, as you take a look at this game holistically, you needed to hold serve if you're going to have a chance to win, and SC didn't.
Given the quarterbacks in this game, this is not a shocking outcome at all. You know, if you were telling me it was played 2 weeks ago. But after what we saw last week, I was really worried about Illinois and what kind of team would come out of the locker room in anticipation of another ranked opponent. You know, Indiana bludgeoned them. I mean, bludgeoned them, and that takes your pride. And I think Bret Bielema did an unbelievably masterful job of getting this team's confidence back in time to go down and take a lead like they did. Because that was also important, to get up in front and cause the turnovers that they caused. It was really, really a big win for Illinois.
We all sat here and watched that game, and when USC fumbled on their first drive, it was like, boom. We all said this was the moment that Illinois believes that they can win this game, and in my opinion, that
And the crowd.
And the crowd. It got everybody believing, Rick, because your point about them getting bludgeoned is spot on. The worst thing USC could have done is went on the road and make a team that's reeling, that's questioning themselves, looking in the mirror. Bret Bielema was speechless after the game, is to give them some hope, and they did more than that because they gave them 500-plus yards of offense as well. But a lot of credit has to go to Bret Bielema. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't believe what he saw with his eyes, just as we couldn't. Whatever took place in that building between the coaching staff and between him, he got his boys ready to play, and they won that game. They didn't wait for USC to lose it. They took it, and that's hard to get yourself off the mat and go do and play like they did this Saturday.
And now that's what SC has to do, get up off the mat, because their road woes, they endure. 1-4 a season ago, now 0-1, or 1-1 this year on the road, one at Purdue. So now how do they pick up the pieces from this performance? Maiava, first interception of the season. Clearly he and Lemon, they're on the same page. I mean, that was incredible. And you had, 15 or 12 or 13 passes of 15 or more yards. So that was clicking. Defensively, Danton Lynn, he's got some nice athletic pieces, but they need more bulk in the middle of that defense. They were being run through late in that game.
Both quarterbacks shined. You know, both come from behind drives at the end of the game. Maiava took the lead and ended up with the 2-point conversion earlier to that, and allowed the extra point to give them the lead, the 32-31 lead.
Couldn't hold it.
Really remarkable stuff. But what USC had been feasting on early in the season was a rushing game. That had not been part of Lincoln Riley's program for the last few years. They were averaging coming into this game over 250. They got half of that.
And Wayman Jordan leading the way, who was like the Heisman winner for Division II a year ago. It was that fumble by him that you had referenced that also changed the game. And
I'm in 100% agreement with you, Rick. They rushed for half of what they had been doing. But remember, they lost 2 offensive linemen. And one of the things that we saw with USC last year was an unwillingness to run the football late. That was not the case today. In the fourth quarter, they had 4 runs on that drive that gave them the lead for 30 yards. 2 of those runs were for first downs. They committed to the run. They had the ball in the second half 4 more minutes than Illinois did. This wasn't on Lincoln Riley in the offense. That was on that defense that couldn't get a stop and couldn't stop the run. So I'm with you. You look on paper objectively, that's why they lost. But I think it's important to note that Lincoln Riley has changed his approach. And when it mattered to give him a chance to win, and he did it because they went down and scored, that's progress. Doesn't feel like it because they lost, but USC's turning a corner, and that may mean and pay dividends down the road.
and those were – go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope.
You sure?
Positive.
I'll call you.
Wait.
You hang up first.
Go ahead.
Okay,
you hang up.
you hang up.
You hang up.
So those were in-game injuries
Yes.
for the USC.
Elijah Page, they
And
lost.
to that point, I was going to say, and you probably heading there too. You going there too?
Am I going there too?
You going there too?
I'll go there.
You
if you
going
go
there too? One of those
I'll go there.
replacements. Nullifying
What am I, the
touchdown.
net?
Yes.
Oh,
because
layup.
when you
We could complete each other's sentences.
exactly.
Oh,
I
my
love you,
gosh.
boo.
We just become best friends.
Oh.
What just happened?
Oh,
So-
I love you.
I'm just getting out of the
I really
way.
don't know. But when you talk about the little things that make a game swing one way or the other, USC had a touchdown.
That's
forward.
right.
And I know it was within the proper, governing of the rule.
The guy
Watch
pulled
the
him
center.
across the line. They called it on 50 there, and the defender yanked him.
Yeah, we'll
You're
show
going to
you
watch it
again
from
what
the
happened.
high angle here. You'll see what's happened. You keep your eyes on the center. It's a trick play. It's a beautifully crafted trick play. They're going to zone read. They're going to throw it out to the look like the quarterback's breaking contain. He's going to flip it back and throw the ball. But you see the center
the
just
30-yard
grip
line, right?
after
He
the
pulled
defensive
him.
lineman kind of pulls him.
Yes.
The rule allows him to go up to 3 yards down the field. He's at 4.5.
Because the guy
With
pulled.
no one paying any attention to him, that should
Nothing
not
to do
no
with the play.
bearing.
by letter of the law,
On the play.
you can give the official cover because by letter of the law, he's beyond 3. But because there was contact, that can go a little bit further. And for that to be where it's completely away from the play,
Thank you.
that's a
tough.
that's a tough call.
And they
to
punted
swallow.
instead, by the way.
Yeah.
Just that possession ended with a punt.
It's like
Wanna defend the O-line a little
it's like getting a speeding ticket going 56 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yes, technically you broke the law, but when you got so much other stuff going on, that's not a
56 in a
flag.
what?
In a 55.
Oh,
The reason,
In a school zone, it's like going 85 in a school
reason-
zone.
off a speed bump.
the reason we have that rule for offensive linemen not to be able to go down the field for very far
Yeah.
is so that you can read it from
Right.
a defensive standpoint.
Yes.
Safeties can see offensive linemen coming off
Yeah,
the
if they
ball, and
release,
they
it's
get
a
a
run.
run read so they can come down.
There was no deception.
There was no deception here other than outside with
Right.
the
Away
the
from
little
that
hocus
particular
pocus.
play.
Yeah.
And he
That-
got pulled. Come on, officials. I know y'all human. We fall back on that excuse all the time.
It reminds
Who
me-
else are human? Those damn players are human.
Uh-oh.
That loss is human.
It
You
reminds
waited a really long time to get up.
Yes, it did. I once got a ticket for crossing a double yellow line on a simulated median. When I got pulled over, I asked the cop, I said, "Can I get a simulated ticket?"
What's a
He
simulated
laughed, but he still wrote the ticket.
What's a
That's what I
simulated
said.
median?
It was double yellow lines. It was like a 1-inch dip and then another 1 inch that went
That's
up.
too technical.
That's what I'm
You deserve
saying.
a ticket just for sharing that
Oh,
story.
man, what you talking
What the
about?
hell was that?
He laughed. I thought I was
Simulated
gonna get out
median.
the ticket.
Give him another ticket
Give you a
right
ticket
now.
for that.
Simulated median.
I'd give you a TV
God.
ticket.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Your simulated media.
Oh,
Simulated ticket.
that's what we do.
I got one for going
That's
100.
what we do. All right, look, big win for Illinois, and now we'll see how the lily pads shake out going forward for both these guys.